Good evening, everyone. I could call the meeting to order. Would everyone please stand for the pledge? Julie, lead us, please.
Like to read it.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, thank you all for coming. We will start through the agenda. Turn it over to Mr. Tenelli.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the regular board meeting agenda for May 16th, 2023.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Minutes. Well,
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the regular board meeting minutes of May 2nd, 2023.
second. Everybody okay with the minutes? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. You want to oppose? Good. So go right to the student value.
She's got a conference.
This will probably be a little faster than usual. The JCC is making a documentary on the survivors movement that came to GCS. They reached out to Mrs. DeVay specifically to ask for our students in the Do-Gooders Club to be a part of this process, as they asked such amazing questions when they were here. The performance is on May 24th at 7 p.m. at the JCC. Spring sports are ending soon. Sectionals are coming up, practices are wrapping up. Chorus concerts tonight at 7. Orchestras concerts are coming up. Marching band is in Henrietta on this Sunday, the 21st. We have the Memorial Day Parade here as well. Coming up is also our jazz band, a cappella, and show choir concerts, as well as our voice recital and music award nights. We have a dance coming up this Saturday. We have a wonderful Spirit Week that we already started, and our dance to finish it off this weekend. Aviation's careers field trip is on June 2nd, and permission slips, which I will be handing mine in tomorrow, is due tomorrow. Odyssey of the Mind just put up posters for their fundraiser on Sunday the 21st for Yoberry from 12 to 8 p.m. Any questions?
Yeah, what's the date of the jazz band?
The jazz band, I do not know specific dates yet. It's sometime in June.
Okay,
All of the coming up concerts besides marching band and I believe orchestra are in June.
okay. Great.
Any other
We'll get
questions?
Questions from the board? Thanks,
Thank
John. Outstanding.
You'll see me at all of the music stuff if you
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go right to
Elementary school.
elementary school report.
Hello, I'm Cooper.
And I'm Kinley.
And we're in 5th grade.
We wanted to share a few fun things that have been happening at Geneseo Elementary these past few weeks.
April was an extremely busy month for students in the elementary building. Our Go Blue traits we've highlighted last month were grit and understanding, and students brought in close to 120 Go Blue cards and got to sign the Wall of Fame. We learned a lot about how showcasing grit, not giving up, is very difficult, and we show understanding by cheering those on around us and lending a helping hand when someone needs it. We participated in more grit challenges, and our Go Blue assembly was the messiest yet. The kids worked together to achieve some grit goals that Mr. Van Epps set, and because they worked together and were a success, Mr. Van Epps turned it into a sticky ice cream sundae, cherries and all. It was a lot of fun.
The 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders participated in the New York State ELA and math tests over the past few weeks. The tests were not easy, but Geneseo students really showcased grit and excellence as they worked through the tests. We were excited for them to be over. We have a lot of field trips coming up in the elementary school, from the Hidden Valley, Animal Farm, Geneseo Country Village and Museum, the Rochester Museum and Science Center, and the Mount Morris Dam. We are excited to take our learning outdoors.
We continue to have several after-school clubs taking place, including Wellness Club, 5th grade show choir, and marching band. The K2 Spring Chorus concert was last Thursday, and the kids did a wonderful job. The 3 through 5 concert will take place this Thursday, May 18th, in the auditorium. We hope you can join us. Our visiting author this year was Kevin Kurtz, who came in to discuss several of the books that he wrote, mostly nonfiction. He hosted all grade levels and had a lunch session with some 5th graders. This was a special experience.
Kindergarten screening took place on May 10th and 11th, and we hosted the UPK students from Pride and Joy on our half-day Friday, May 12th. They took a tour of the building, had a bus safety lesson, and had a lesson with the teachers. The art show is currently running through today. Some other important upcoming days include Activity Day on June 2nd and Field Day scheduled for June 9th. We are also getting very excited for the 5th grade whale watch trip that is less than 30 days away.
Teacher Appreciation Week was last week. We know how kids can be tired, grumpy, angry, and silly. Our teachers show up every day and treat us like their own kids. They work hard outside of school to make sure school is a safe and fun place. We appreciate them so much and hope that they feel special next week and every week. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. The Go Blue Way.
Outstanding, thank you. No worries. Thank their students and Mr. Van Epps for another outstanding report.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna go right to community relations. And just as a review, we would ask that the speakers be as brief as possible, and we ask that you keep your comments to around 2 minutes. Any matters related to the agenda. Just as a review, the board doesn't engage in a back and forth conversation, but we'll carefully listen to comments and we will certainly take them under consideration. And we appreciate you coming. And with that, Armin? Okay, oh, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yes, just in regards to the rules of community relations and tonight's board meeting. The Geneseo Central School District treats all personnel matters as confidential and therefore cannot comment on any such matter that may be pending. However, I would like to make it clear that as a district, we firmly believe in treating all members of our school community, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity, with the utmost respect and support. We have zero tolerance for any behavior to the contrary, and we address such matters promptly. In March, the Board of Education approved a strategic plan for the next 5 years. And of the 4 goals outlined in the plan, 2 of those goals focus on providing additional supports for the social and emotional needs of our students, along with helping to foster a welcoming and inclusive environment for all. The district remains committed to creating a welcoming school community for our students, their families, and our staff. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll start right down the list.
Yeah, just Calliope Myers. Calliope Myers.
Kelly,
Hi.
you are
All right.
welcome.
Is it okay if I stand right here?
Sure.
All right. I appreciate you guys listening to me. I'm just gonna be reading an email that I had forwarded along to a couple of people in the administration. And it goes, hello, I hope this email finds you well, and I hope you can read it with an open mind as a concerned parent, as well as athletic director, principal, and school administrator. The definition of a coach is sport coaches assist athletes in developing their full potential. They're responsible for training athletes in a sport by analyzing their performance, instructing in relevant skills, and by providing encouragement. You're also responsible for guidance of an athlete in life and their chosen sport. I've heard a couple of rumblings from Riley, that's my daughter, she is a junior here, and some friends about what has been said at a mandatory soccer meeting that took place May 1st during high school lunch. I know I've been very honest about my feelings and opinions about how seasons in the past have gone, but I believe this might have been a little too far. I have no issues addressing, especially if this will help more students and parents talk freely about the things of this nature without feeling bullied or made to feel their concerns don't matter. Anyone else who would like to hear these issues are not being taken through their proper channels. I mentioned last year, parents I have talked to feel the same way, and the answer I always get is, you can say something, but it doesn't matter, that's just how it's been. The first issue, besides everything that has been at the previous meeting, Mr. Jolette mentioned what the girls were taking in and out of their bodies and mentioning the greasy pizza that they were eating that the school lunch has provided. I am not okay with this. Riley told me she purposely didn't eat her lunch because of his comments and ate it the next period with the permission of her teacher. As being an administrator, there are many girls and boys self-conscious of what they eat and multiple students that struggle with eating disorders, and it's because of comments like the ones the coach of our varsity team has made. I do know statistically the numbers for anorexia and bulimia have jumped in the last 5 to 10 years. Whether he understood it or not, I personally know kids that are on the soccer team that have struggled. As a coach, there's a right way to talk to students and athletes about intake and outtake, not make them feel terrible about eating a slice of pizza the school is serving. Another thing that has brought to my attention is that he mentioned that track and field is a social sport. I don't know about you, but learning how to properly breathe and form of whichever event you are doing takes practice, skill, and concentration. You don't just walk onto a track field and be good. You practice and train like any other sport. Riley, as many of the other girls on the team, are multi-sport athletes. Some girls play all year round. I do not appreciate some students getting crap from an adult not going to weight room when she is in the middle of a varsity season for track and field and practicing with her club team. I know this has come up before about opening weight room the same day varsity track practice has started for the season. I have had conversations with the track coaches as well who weren't okay with opening weight room in addition to varsity track. I'm thankful none of the younger kiddos were at this meeting to hear how a future coach would talk about their food intake that the school is serving and what they should be putting in their bodies to start feeling self-conscious at a younger age. One thing I learned about working in a school district is that school cafeterias have to follow strict regulations of fat, sugar, carbs, salt intake, and that are not allowed to serve anything unhealthy. I don't know when the expectations for students to go all day, keep their grade point average high enough to allow to play sports, varsity sport practice for 2 hours, go to weight room for another hour. Oh, excuse me. I have 2 more kids growing in this community who are full-blown year-round sports players, and this insensitivity is worrisome. As a school, we always want our kids to be open and honest about our feelings, and my daughter had asked to be anonymous, but which we forwarded along about the meeting, and she's worried if she continues to play, she will be penalized her senior year. Less than 2% of high school graduates go on to play NCAA Division I sports in college, and Geneseo has athletes that have moved on, but statistically play sports in high school for fun and to socialize. All we have to do is ask questions and sit down with the girls in an environment that they won't feel judged and they can open up. I know we have talked to certain folks about this and parents are aware. I hope this can be taken seriously in time and not brushed off like I feel like I've been in the past. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Oh, nobody else? Oh, okay. Okay, then we can,
David. Got here like 2 minutes late, the recorder's already taken. Appreciate it. I appreciate that Superintendent Flowers referenced the recently adopted strategic plan. We're talking about the response to the unfortunate social media posts from we know what's going on there. Other parts of the strategic plan referenced the need to be ensuring that we are providing our students with an enriching and rigorous curriculum, that the mission adopted emphasizes the importance of academic rigor and enrichment, prioritizing safety and well-being, recognizing the diverse interests of students. Reminding you of that, to ask you to please reconsider the decision that I heard announced before you last week that the French curriculum is going to be phased out. think it's really important that we recognize the significance of offering our students a variety of opportunities for fulfilling the state language requirement. I think French is a natural second language. I understand concerns about finding appropriately certified and experienced teachers for this. My understanding is, though, that if you're not already in a position to do so, you soon will be in a position to be posting for that for a new staff member. And if a search this coming year is not immediately successful with Mr. Mao remaining through the end of next year, perhaps another search could be conducted next year. So again, just wanted to ask you to please reconsider whether the rationale for retrenching the French program is appropriate given the recently adopted strategic plan.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Good. Okay. So we will move along to committee reports. Mike, audit and
Audit
finance.
finance did not meet tonight. We had planned on it, but postponed it due to the many other things on the agenda tonight. So we'll most likely going to do that prior to the next board meeting, but we'll reach out.
Policy committee, policy did not meet this time around, and I don't think we have any policies for approval this time. So we will continue that work in the near future. And which brings us right up to personnel.
Under personnel, I'd like to entertain a consent motion for items 5.02 to 5.08.
Second.
Questions on any of those? Pretty good?
Yeah, I
Oh,
just have a question, but
okay.
I'll ask it in executive session.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Pass, thank you. Go right to new business.
Under new business, I'd like to entertain a consent motion for items 6.02 through 6.7.
Questions on any of those items? Good, okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye, anyone opposed? Unanimous, thank you. And
Under the business office, I'd like to entertain a consent motion for items 7.02 through 7.5.
questions on those from the board? Good, okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Yes, unanimous, thank you. And
And entertain a motion to enter into executive session for one, discussion regarding current litigation, one topic related to employment history of a particular person, and one item for matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person. And also superintendent evaluation.
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Well said. Okay. Yes.